good morning, and very good morning. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Videography. Thanks for joining in today. Well, today's video is about a camera and my experience with that camera. I'm using that camera for well over a year, and I want to share with you my honest opinion about that specific machine and how it was last 1 year plus, 1.5 years, something like whatever. So, what that machine was, and here it is, the Nikon Z5. Yep, that's it, Nikon Z5. The lens on it is 2470 f4, but I'm not talking about the lens. I'm only talking about this specific machine. How this is, how it is over the year, how I might experience it, and what my thoughts about using all those days where I was shooting with this specific machine. Okay, if I want to give you a quick summary about this video in one line, so that is the Nikon D750 of the mirrorless. Review finish. Yeah, that C5 is basically the Nikon D750 of the mirrorless world. Same sensor, same ISO performance. Actually, it's one stop above, because D750 was 25,600. This is 51,200. So the ISO performance of that camera is one stop more than D750. But overall performance, the speed, the output of the camera, and the dynamic range and everything, this camera is like 99 or 98% of the D750. Uh, D750 was like 6 frames per second, 6.5 frames per second. This has 4.5 frames per second. But I'm not talking about the specs, I'm talking about the overall experience of the camera. This camera is having the same sensor of D750. Okay, and that was the first camera which comes with two card slots, because Z6 and Z7 was only comes with one XQD card, and there was no other camera with two card slots. And 750 Z5 is the first camera with two card slots, two SD card slots, which everybody loves. And I cannot shoot like without redundancy, because redundancy is extremely important for me when it comes to shooting any camera. By the way, I'm shooting with this Z30. It comes with one camera, but Z30 is exceptional when in making videos, quick videos. And as you can see, most of my videos on this channel is made by Z30. Okay, that being said, Z5, how was my experience? I don't see any difference when it comes to the output or overall experience of Z5 when I compare it to D750. Like I said, it's the D750 of the mirrorless world. That's Z5. The best, okay, well, what I like about this camera, I'm not talking about the output right now, I will talk about it later. The best thing about this camera is the cheapest entry level full frame camera. It's less than $1,000 as per my understanding. As per the current value, it's less than $1,000. So the most affordable full frame camera right now, with very great dynamic range, very great high ISO performance, etc. So now let's talk about the overall experience. I have shot with this camera like almost, except sports action wildlife, I shot almost everything from portraits to landscape, panorama, product, macro, uh, events, especially events. I shot a lot with this camera, portraits and the landscape. I mean, except sports action wildlife, because it's a slow camera. It's not fast. Of course, it carries two card slots. Of course, it has a very great dynamic range, very great high ISO performance, but still, it's not meant for any fast pace genre that you want to shoot. It also have a limited autofocus options like the box, like 9 point, 51 point, and all that. So it doesn't have that much option, just like the way you experience in Z6 or Z7, Z6 to Z7 II, specifically Z8, Z8 and Z9. So it doesn't have those options. The video is very simple, not much option for the video as well. If you go with 4K, you will get 1.7, I believe, the crop factor with that camera. But again, the technology comes with price. I said this thing like a bazillion times in all my videos. If you want better specs, of course you have to increase the price of the machine, and of course you will get all those features. This camera is really the answer for all those people who are looking to switch to mirrorless world, but they are afraid to invest too much because they don't sure about how the mirrorless is going to be for them, but they want to experience the very best at the lowest price without investing too much. So this machine Z5 is the answer for all those people. You will get the 99% of the dynamic range and high ISO performance like Z6 II or even ZF. Actually, in one extreme test that I did for the dynamic range, this Z5 performed better in the shadow recovery and highlight recovery than ZF. But those tests were really extreme. I'm talking about -3 EV, -4 EV, -5 EV exposure recovery. Those tests are really extreme. That's where the Z5 shines, and it outperformed the ZF, which is the latest camera. This is an old camera. I don't know, 4-5 years old. So the SLR firmware inside ZF is just like D750. Like I said, the Z5 is literally the D750 of the mirrorless world. Whatever you have experienced with D750 is right in this Z5. After using 1 year, I realized that it's a perfect machine for people who want to do photography slowly. Like they take their time, they're not in hurry. Even with videos, they're they're just taking their time, not worrying about the moment to be missed because they already know the boundaries of this machine. This machine, they know, is 4.5 frames per second. They know that this machine might struggle in the low light for autofocus. That's where I configured this function button to FN2 for subject tracking. So if I see that it's not able to focus under very extreme low light, I click FN2 button. It enables the box. I put that box over the eye or the face. I press the AF on button, and the camera start tracking the subject. It's a workaround that I able to do, and I'm extremely happy with the performance because I know this machine is having XP6 processor, which is slow, 10 times slow than XP7 processor that you have seen in Z8 and Z9 and ZF. So once you know that it carries a slow engine, you cannot push that machine much, so you operate that machine accordingly, for that kind of scenario where you don't need speed, where you have all the time in the world to take the image, all the time in the world to take the video. By the way, after firmware 1.40, the firmware upgrade of Z5, the video performance really become good. It's become more stickier, and instead of face, it start detecting the eye. Previously it was detecting the face, now detecting the eye after the firmware update, and works pretty fine. I made a video about it's how it was working with 51.2 shallow depth of field over the video. I made the video. I'll try to put on the screen right now so you can see the sample. The camera was able to keep up even at f1.2 under low light, and it was really damn good, like really damn good. So like I said, it's this machine, it's for, actually it's I consider it as one of the best backup machine that you can have. Like if you're shooting with Z8, Z9 or Z7 and you want, especially the high resolution cameras, when you want something better for low light, that's why you don't want to spend too much on Z6 II or ZF. That's where you can go with this machine blindly and get the best low light performance, because 24 megapixel, very good for low light. I have taken some very extreme dynamic range shot which I try to put on the screen so you can see. It's really mind-boggling sometimes how the Z5 able to recover the shadows and the highlight suppressions, bring out the details and still get away. It's really mind-boggling sometimes. My experience, it's because I know the boundaries of this machine, so I always operated it in the boundaries of it. If I miss the shot, I don't blame the machine, because I know that this machine is already worked within its boundary, physical operating boundary, and if I'm going to push it like click, 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 back to back click, I know it may miss a shot when it comes to autofocus because of the slow processor, because of the overall slow machine it's made. Its camera, the camera processor is already slow. The sensor output goes to the analog to digital converter. It's every function is not super fast like Z8 and Z9. It doesn't have the stack sensor. It's a conventional sensor. So the output goes from the sensor to the analog digital converter. Then it goes to the camera processor and then buffer. Everything is slow. It's not super fast. That's why its price is under $1,000. There are crop sensor cameras, which are over $1,000, $1,300, $1,600, $1,500 from competitors. You all know on Fujifilm, Sony, they have the crop sensor cameras. It's more than $1,000, like I just said, $1,200, $1,300, $1,500, and this machine is under 1,000. So, by the way, build quality is really good. I throw around this camera just like DSLR. I wasn't under the impression that mirrorless cameras are very much prone, very much subject to, you know, getting hit if you throw around into the car or into the field. They might get damaged, but surprisingly, this camera still holding up. And I use my camera most of the time very roughly, because I just don't care about the gear, which I do care about the gear. But when I'm shooting, my mind is completely, synced into the shooting. I just like click, click, click. I don't care how in what position my gear is or in what position I am in. My agenda is to take the shot, and I will push myself and the machine to get the shot. In that process, machine may get hurt or I may get hurt, my back, my legs. So same goes for the camera. Camera do get hit sometimes, or they fall, or they get hit by any subject or object. So the build quality of this machine is really damn good. I really liked it. I never missed this top LCD. I never felt like I needing it. Most of the time I'm using the camera back LCD to do all kind of operation. The EVF looks okay to me. I but I never relied on the EVF because I always believe on the final output which I see on the screen, and the output from this camera is really damn good. I never felt like I'm missing the any high quality output when it comes to Z6 II or ZF, because all these three cameras, Z6 II, ZF, and the Z5, all these three cameras are 24 megapixel, and I use all three of them. When it comes to dynamic videos, that's where the Z6 II shines and ZF outperform Z3 and Z6 II. But when it comes to static videos like this, this camera Z5 is more than enough to make all these kind of YouTube videos which you are seeing right now. So, two card slots, decent battery life, very decent actually. You can take 700 shots easily in one go. If you are not chimping much, yeah, 700, 600 shots easily without sweating. Um, and two card slots is a bonus, really, really a bonus. So yeah, I am really happy after 1 year of its performance based on the price. Price is everything which helps you to decide whether you're going for this machine or you are going for high-end ZF or Z6 II, Z7, Z8 or Z9. So the overall, I really do not have any much complaint about this camera. Seriously, because like I said, I know the boundaries of this machine. I know how it's performed. I know the limitation where I'm going to start losing the performance. So I never push that machine to its limit. That's where if I need any fast action based shots, I prefer to go to D500 or D3S. Those are the DSLR, but I'm happy. And those cameras are, especially D500. D500 is making my life so easy. I'll make my another video about D500 some other time, but this video is all about Z5. And trust me when I'm saying this camera, Z5, it's a hidden gem, unsung hero. It can do a lot of your job, just like that. As long as you are not using it for any fast action type of photography, like sports, wildlife. But photojournalism, landscape, portrait, product, events, this machine can perform easily and you can totally rely on it. The low light performance of this machine is really damn good. As long as you know the boundaries of where it start getting noise, like up to 12,800 ISO, you can shoot this machine easily, no problem. Some people start getting panic after 4,000 ISO, 6,400 ISO. You're like, 6,400 ISO, nothing. Easily you can shoot 6,400 ISO. I put my limit on 12,800 ISO. Even I have some shots at 51,200 ISO, but those are too much extreme. You start getting color casting, white balance casting, which I don't like, especially because white balance starts shifting, tint starts shifting towards the green side. That's where I don't like it. But overall, this machine is really good. So let me put this video in and with this conclusion. Can I recommend this machine to any newcomer? Absolutely. Can I recommend this machine to anybody who wants to have a backup body? Absolutely. Can I recommend this machine for you to do landscape, portrait, and general purpose photography? Absolutely. Can I recommend this machine for any fast action pace? No. No, not at all. That's where I don't recommend. That's where you have to go with Z8 and Z9 and to some extent Z5 or ZF. It can do 30 frames per second, but JPEG you can do, but Still, no. Uh, best backup body, best low light, one of the best low light performance, one of the best high ISO performance, two card slots, very good output, image quality, robust. Yeah, it doesn't support the battery grip. Um, Anyways, I never felt like I needing one, so that's where it is. Um, the overall performance of Z5, I'm totally satisfied. And it's the video, the normal, yeah, out of 6, video is really good. 7, video is really good. Static, like this, these kind of videos, YouTube type, not the cinematic, those TikTok thing. Well, you can, but that's up to you. I'm not good in video, so I feel like I'm not qualified enough to recommend this camera for cinematic type of video. So that's where I'm, raising my hand. Don't go with my words. For this video, this kind of thing, yeah, it works fine. Yep. So that's it. After 1 year, actually more than 1 year, I'm really happy with this camera. Really, really, really happy. It never fails me because I know its boundary. Never disappointed me because I know its capability. I always operated this machine within its range, and I always get the optimum results. Yes, this machine, missed the focus because it's slow, but I believe it was my fault. I was too much pushing it. I should take my time and take the shot. That's where I know I would not going to miss any shot. That's it, guys. I hope you like my overall experience with this machine, and you will. Anybody who would like to go for it, definitely, I highly recommend this machine for you guys. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in future with some new content. Till then, take care.